You must respect. You must obey the judgment of courts. You must not take the law into your hands. It doesn't matter how you see that judgment. The moment you don't obey court judgment, you are inviting anarchy. You are inviting violence. Was that destruction done before now? Shall we leave your phone and listen to me?
I'm listening to you. I need to go through my question line.
The point we are making is that a governor came out on national television, not local television, to tell the world, I will not obey court judgment.
Did he say that?
Yes. In fact, to crown it all, he said there was no way in the judgment that the court said the letter should not hold. He went as far as to say, I do not need police before I conduct an election. I do not need security agencies before I conduct an election. I don't need the protection of life and property. When somebody says, I don't need police, what are you saying? I'm inviting violence. Hoodlums will take opportunity. Saying police will not be involved.
But it seems that you are misinterpreting what the government said.
Not misinterpreting. Yeah. No, not misinterpreting. You heard him say, I do not need police before I conduct election.
Because they withdrew police from the house here.
Fine. What is the function of police? What is the function of state security? To provide security so that hoodlums cannot take advantage and do bad. And you are saying, you can go. I don't care about it. I don't care about it. In that case, who is the perpetrator of that violence? Who?
Are you blaming the governor for the violence that...
It is not about blaming. Governor is the architect of the violence.
But you have been blamed. Your accusing fingers have been pointed at you. No. There are those... I mean, if you heard some of the social media videos that came up, and those who are saying, no Wike, no rivers, and those who are destroying the property, and you... I mean, well, there are people, there are faces, and these are those who are called the pro-Wike supporters in Rivers State.
So
that have been pointed out and to have caused that mayhem yesterday.
You saw them causing the mayhem?
Destroying the properties, breaking those things.
What I'm saying, you saw them causing mayhem.
They're caught on tape.
They're caught on tape.
I mean, you will see some of them. You see some of those, their faces, where they are smashing tables.
No. The point is, those faces you saw smashing are those who are my supporters.
Those who were chanting were the ones who would say, no Wike, no rivers.
How will I go to my business? You saw me, I was in Abuja. I never went to anywhere.
Well, if your supporters have been linked to an event like that, what would you say to them?
If I know my supporters, I will condemn it. I'm not...
Are you able to condemn what happened yesterday? Because some of those who were said to have matched those venues were those who were said to be your supporters who were saying, no Wike, no rivers.
See, let's not change the narrative. What was said is this. Yeah, Governor said people do not want to obey the rule of law, obey all law and order. What is law and order? What are people saying? Obey court judgment. Listen, I mean, so that we don't change the narrative. Obey court judgment. All of you presented yourself to the court. All of you brought your legal representation, your lawyers, senior advocates of Nigeria. And the matter was argued. And the court came up with judgment that by my own view, by my own opinion, I think this is what is supposed to be done. And therefore, I hereby say, you should do this, you should do that. Fine. That's called judgment. We want order. You heard the president say, the judiciary can settle all political disputes. And those who went to court, what did they do? For judiciary to settle disputes. And you came out as a governor to say, no, this is a fraudulent judgment, accusing judiciary of being fraudulent. I will not obey this judgment. I will not. I will go ahead and do what I'm trying to do. In that case, who is inviting violence? Who is inviting anarchy? You heard him say, our state is turning to where people do not want to obey law and order. What is law and obeying of law and order? Obey what the court has said. This country is a country where you see people trying to use opportunity because Wike is here. I have a grouse against Wike. I want to settle that grouse. This is the only way I can do it. You forget that it's not about Wike. It's about society. It's about state. It's about our nation. If today a court gives a judgment, not an order, a judgment, and say, look, this is what should be done. You have gone on appeal. You went on appeal, which means you are aware that there was a judgment against this, and you have gone on appeal. You don't want to be patient. To follow the due process, let appeal come up to say this and that and that.
Wike will not stop to amaze me. I mean, this man, he has a way of trying to tackle his speech to suit himself and the people that believe in him. So, I don't even want to talk much because the reason I didn't want to talk from the beginning is I want to leave the video for my audience to watch and enjoy. But anyway, let me leave it for you to watch. What did you think about what he's saying? It's one-on-one with Wike and listen to your minister, minister of enjoyment and minister of corruption. This Wike, Wike minister, and then Senate president, and then Tinubu, they are working hand to hand. There is nothing anybody will tell me they are working hand to hand, as in their communication is every second. Let me just say it. But anyway, like I said, watch the full videos and let me hear your opinion in the comment section. Peace and love always. While you like, share, subscribe, and then turn on your post notification bell.
It's so bad today. Nigerians, I hear a lot of people who say nobody should derail democracy. Let us ask ourselves, who is derailing democracy? Who intends to derail democracy? Is it the man who said law and order? Judgment of court should not be respected. Is it the one promoting democracy? All of us today are saying, I have heard former Vice President ATIKU Abubakar, I've heard former President of the Jonathan saying about the derailment of democracy. ATIKU said, oh, I praise Fowara for standing up tall. He's standing up tall to say court judgment should not be respected. That is, Nigeria would think tomorrow will grow.
Governor Wike, let me. I mean, you are a member. You are a life bencher. You are a very senior member of the Nigerian bar, and so there are fundamental issues.
Yeah.
What this judgment that you're talking about?
Yes.
How do you see it as a legal practitioner that a court is stopping a major institution of state from performing its constitutional duty?
Yes.
Police has been asked not to perform its duty. DSS has been asked not to perform its duty. What do you make of that kind of situation?
No. The court said you cannot support an illegal act.
He said not provide security.
Yeah, because it is illegal. What is the problem? If you have seen the judgment, what did the court say? What did the court say? The court said, listen, INEC, you are the custodian of voters' register. It is the INEC register that you must use in conducting any election in Nigeria, be it local or general election. And that in conduct of election, I have heard people who say, Supreme Court said, we should go and do election. Supreme Court didn't say, go and do election tomorrow. what Supreme Court said, you cannot continue to say that you want to set up a caretaker committee when you know that the tenure of those who are there will be expiring so time. Therefore, you must set up a process to conduct the election. It's not as if you are not aware that the tenure of Shehu Okumbaleyo will expire so time. For you to be able to now start the process according to law to conduct that election. You refuse. Because this country is a country where anybody can do anything and go free. And all you do when you do that, you fall back to social media to carry blackmail, to carry propaganda, without telling the people this is what happened.
The question.
No, I just want to answer a question. I'm just coming to answer a question. You said stopping institutions from doing their lawful duty. That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm coming.
Yeah.
And I'm saying nobody stopped. All they said, you cannot stop, and I mean you cannot be part of an illegal act. You must comply with the provisions of law. This thing these people want to do is illegal.
So someone can wake up tomorrow morning and stop a presidential election. That is the
no, that is not. No, it's not correct. It's not correct. That's why I said, listen to me. Let me just so you will know what is the problem. People come to say Supreme Court said do election. Supreme Court said, look, you cannot set up caretaker. You must conduct election. In conduct of election, or conducting election, does not mean you not follow due process. What is the due process? There must be a time. You must give notice for election. You must publicize that this is the time we'll do election. And the APC went to court. Listen, you did not follow due process by law. You did not follow it. And you must follow it. And if you don't want to follow it, INEC, you should not release this because this is in contravention. This is in violation of the law. Have they done bad? And police, look, your duty is to make sure things are done in accordance with the law. If these people say they want to go on with this, you cannot participate. It's illegal. And the court made it clear that, look, INEC cannot. Let them go and comply with what the law says. If they comply, go ahead. The court didn't say you can never do it.
Let me ask you,
yes.
What do you make of the jurisdiction of a federal high court in a local government election?
No. That's not the problem people have. What is the issue? The issue is about INEC. Don't release voters register. Police, don't be part of it. SSS, do not be part of it. These are federal agencies. You cannot go to the state high court. You have to go to federal high court. And that is why they went to federal high court. No state high court can try any matter or preside over any matter that INEC is involved. So they went to federal high court where they know they have the decision to INEC should be there. Police is that they're all federal agencies. So they went to federal high court. And they're right.
If you look at it on the flip side, there are conflicting orders from Court of Coordinate Jurisdiction in Rivers State.
No, it's not correct. Let me tell you. And that is why people should get the facts clear. In July, this matter was filed in July. The Attorney General was sued on behalf of the Rivers State government. INEC was sued. Inspector General was sued. The State Secretary was sued in July. In July, the plaintiff's lead lawyer is one of the renowned lawyers we have in this country, J.B. Daudu, SAN. The other parties have their own, like Femi Falana and all of them, senior advocates, we're all involved.
That is Justice Lifu Scott.
Yes.
The federal high court judgment that was delivered on, and the registrar stamped it in September.
No, you are talking, see, you're making a mistake. You're talking about state high court now.
No, it's the same.
You're talking about coordinate jurisdiction.
The order you are talking about was an order that was, let me go to the final page because it's a full judgment which you have the hard copy.
Yes, that's the Federal High Court.
That's the Federal
High Court. You are asking about court, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
So that's what I'm explaining to you. I said, look, this matter came up at the Federal High Court. You asked me, why should they dive into it? Then you talk about coordinate jurisdiction. And I said, look, this matter, they sued the Attorney General, who represent Rivers State government. They sued Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, who is supposed to conduct the election, to receive the voters register from INEC. They are to receive the voter register. For the major why they sued them there was because they are to receive the voter register to conduct the election. Without the voter register, you cannot conduct local government election. So I didn't matter was filed in July. Arguments were had, and the court reserved judgment. Now you went and sued yourself.
Who are you talking about here?
No, I'm coming. The APP that they declared that won sued themselves, sued the governor, and their cronies, sued the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, who was a party in the Federal High Court. Now, they refused to defend it. Of course, you know, they refused to defend it. Look, we're already before the Federal High Court. It's again, the Attorney General is before the Industrial Federal High Court. Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission is Industrial Federal High Court. Then APP went to the State High Court to sue the same government, Rivers State government, that's already before the Federal High Court, to sue the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, that's already before the Federal High Court, and then got an order on the 4th or 5th of September and kept it. Then now, judgment of Federal High Court, before the judgment, when they have given them notice, the judgment will be tomorrow or next tomorrow. Then I came, oh, we have an order from the State High Court. Now let me tell you, you say you gave INEC directive. INEC is not a party to the suit. How can you give INEC a party that is not a party, a party that's not in the suit? You gave IG order, it's not in the suit. You gave GSS order, it's not in the suit. They're not parties to the suit.
So you are saying that the State High Court should not have entertained that matter in the first place. Is that what you're saying?
First of all, it's not possible. How can you give order to people who are not parties to the suit? Is it possible? And in any case, which is the lesser term? The lesser judgment, which is the judgment, not interlocutory injunction, not ex parte injunction, a judgment of court, well considered, no matter how wrong it is. And that's what the appellate court, and that's what they have appealed. Why not be patient and see what the appellate court will do? That the judge was wrong. And the appellate court said, look, the judge, you are wrong. And that's why we have appellate court. We don't take laws into our hands to say, because this judge gave this.
Governor Wike, there are those who believe that you know the game, that there was a deadline and a timeline upon which local council elections should have been conducted. That all what is going on is for you to hold the Rivers State government in such a way that the federal government had given them deadline, upon which time we are not going to give the local government funds any longer. And the governor has said that that is the plan that you and your friends are making, so that the Rivers State government and the local council are going to be held down without funds.
I take exception to the fact, first of all, I don't know how they decided with the federal government, how the federal government worked out that arrangement with them. I'm not a party to it, so I do not know about that. I don't work in the office of the Attorney General of the Federation. I didn't go to court. APC went to court. They went to court in July. Right? This is October. This is October. You see, the problem we have is that in most cases, when you don't have good lawyers doing your work, you blame the judges. If you've read the judgment, which I think you should have.
I have read the judgment.
Fine. 9 preliminary objections. 9 preliminary objections from July. Look at it. The judge took all the 9 preliminary objections, considered them, and gave his opinion. And then went into the substantive matter. What is my business? Is it okay, even if I know the game. As a political strategy, yes. What's wrong in that? Assuming as a political strategy.
Are you saying you don't know, you are not aware of all the gimmicks that is going on?
What is
because they say you are the one behind all of this. You are the one behind APC, you are the one behind PDP, the inside PDP and the outside PDP. Yeah. And you hold all of those structures.
You must be a superpower. You must be a Superman, then you must be a Superman.
Is Tony Okocha not your man?
How is he my man?
Is he not your friend?
They fought me against the governorship election. So how is he my man?
So those who were saying that you are the one who is responsible for bringing Tony Okocha, they are wrong.
How could I have gone to bring Tony Okocha who's in the APC?
You are denouncing your friend then?
He's my friend does not mean that I brought him to APC.
They say he's your political, you are your political friend that you have used.
But he fought me
to hold the structure.
Hold on. He fought me in governorship election, but he's my friend.
But you fought the APC, but now you are working with them. In the presidential election.
No, I didn't fight with them. I said for presidential election, I'm going to support equity, fairness, and justice. And in the other one, I'm going to support my party. And that's why we won governorship, National Assembly election. But for presidential, I have no apologies because I don't believe in against injustice. I don't believe something is not equity. I don't believe that you will not allow other people to participate. Today, people say, oh, discipline Wike. He did anti-party. Hold on. I did not do anti-party. I said, we must stand for equity, fairness, and justice. Today, what happened?